Hi. All right. So there were a lot of you that thought that the camera confidence would really be something helpful for you. So here it is. You ready? So first of all, a little about me. My name is Lisa Reed. I have been Zen. I'm going to celebrate my 11 years in May. So I've been teaching Zumba for 11 years. Um, and I teach other formats too. I'm also an online marketer, and as part of my business, I teach people who want to build a business online. I teach them camera confidence so that they can use video in their business because, well, video is one of the best ways for you to connect with people when you can't be there in person, right? So, first of all, I want to address the elephant in the room. Okay, let's face it. Teaching virtually is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me, and I've been an instructor, like I said, for a long time. So I commend you, first of all. I applaud you for doing this because um, for me, I mean, you and I, we probably both got into teaching Zumba for the same reason. It's about the way it makes you feel. It's about the culture. It's about the music. It just lifts you up. No matter what's happened in your day or in your life, what's going on, Zumba lifts you up. And so I want you to keep in mind that your one class might be the only human contact someone is having. There are a lot of people that are home alone without their family, and our classes are the one thing that's keeping them connected. So again, congratulations on doing this, even though it's uncomfortable. All right. So I'm going to talk about technical tips first. And I know some of these things have been covered by other people, but I just want to make sure that I touch on the technical part first. So the first thing is, whether you're doing Zoom or Zen Studio, you want to make sure that you mark out your space, okay? So what I mean by that is know how far you can travel forward and backwards, right? And still keep your body in the camera frame, and how far you can travel right to left and stay in the frame, okay? So people, because right, with Zumba, it's really important people can see like your feet. That's what I always tell people. Watch my feet first, get the hands later. So make sure that you mark your space. And then the second thing I want to talk about is lighting, okay? And you don't have to have fancy lights. I know some people do, and I happen to have a really good light for recording, which I'm not even using right now. But really the best light is natural light. It's sunlight, natural sunlight, but it's how you use that light. And so it's really important, if you're using natural light and there's a window, you would need to have the window in front of you, okay? Because I'm going to pick this up for a second. So I've got windows they're kind of all around me, but in front of me, okay? But I want you to see what happens when I turn and the windows are behind me. It starts to create, look, I got a really cool filter that's giving me lipstick. It creates shadows and makes everything look worse. So if you are in a room where you have windows, you want to make sure that you're facing the windows. And now I'm crooked. Or if you're using light, of course, you want to make sure that that light is in front of you so people can see you in the front. Lighting is going to be really important because you're all they're watching, right? No pressure, but they can't be watching other people in the class. So it's all eyes are on you. And then the second thing, and this is really, really important when you're using video, is it's all about connecting with people, right? It's all about making them feel like you're there even when you're not there. Okay, even though you're on camera, even though you're on film, even if it's pre-recorded, it's about making them feel like you're there with them. So a really important thing to keep in mind is to keep focused on where the camera eye is, whether you're using your laptop, whether you're using a video camera or you're using your phone. You want to make sure you know where the camera eye is, because here's the difference, right? I'm looking right into the eye, and when I do that, it's like I'm looking into your eyes, right? It's like we're having a conversation one-on-one. If I look at the screen, I see me, but now it's like I'm not looking at you. You see the difference? So when you're talking to your students, when you're connecting with them, even during class, make sure that you know where the eye is. And so something that can be really helpful is to put tape a piece of paper there or something, maybe you have colored tape, something right there that reminds you to constantly look at the camera eye to connect with your students, okay? All right, I have notes here so I won't forget what to say. Plus, I gotta tell you, for me, it's really distracting watching myself on the screen. So I really try not to do it because it throws me off. And you remember your students, they can't draw energy from the room right now. They're getting all their energy from you. So you've got to really be paying attention to your energy and what you're doing and keeping it up, which we're going to talk about here in a second, how to keep that energy up. All right, so recording. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but I have a YouTube channel that has like over 1.5 million views. So I have recorded a lot of videos. And here's what I can tell you. If you're using Zen Studio and you're going to record videos to upload in there, here's what I can tell you. You do not get better with every take. In my experience, if you don't get it by the third try, it just goes downhill from there. So if you find yourself keep redoing the videos, walk away, okay? Walk away and come back to it later because it just doesn't get better. All right, I can't see any comments, but if you guys have questions, for some reason they're not showing up on here. If you guys do have any questions or comments, put them in here and I'll go back and answer them later if they don't ever pop up on here. All right, let's see. And then also, right, keep in mind that nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, okay? Nobody does it perfect every time. And I bet you, if I were to ask your students why they like your class, why they like you as their instructor, not one of them is going to say because you never mess up, okay? They're not going to say that, right? It's about how you make them feel. That's what they love about you. So don't worry about making a mistake because everybody does it. Everybody makes a mistake. And actually, I know with my students, when I make a mistake, it makes them feel better. It makes them go, oh, thank God, I don't have to be perfect. So don't worry about being perfect even on your recordings. I want you to worry about how you're making your students feel. That's the only thing I want you to be focused on, okay? Not if you make a mistake, not if you go the wrong way, not if you start on your left foot when you're supposed to be starting on your right foot. It's all about how you make your students feel, okay? All right. I already said this. I find that watching myself when I'm recording isn't good. It makes me mess up, so I don't watch myself. All right, so let's talk about how to get ready. How to get ready for your Zooms, how to get ready for your recordings, because this is really important. So they say that the camera adds 10 pounds, right? Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but what I do know is it takes your energy and your moves and it minimizes them. So whereas you may feel like you're being really energetic, when you're on camera, for some reason, it doesn't look as energetic. So you've got to be even more pumped up than you are for your classes. You've got to really draw that energy in from somewhere. So whatever that is that gets you pumped up, whether it's your favorite song, whether it's jumping around, whether it's playing with your kids, whether it's playing with your dogs. Sometimes I'll tell people that they have a really hard time like getting that energy up, to go in the bathroom in front of the mirror and smile and laugh at yourself like 10 times. And I'm telling you, once you do that, it helps you loosen up, okay? So you really need to get yourself pumped up before you start, okay? Let's see. Did I get that? Okay. All right. So don't record while your energy is down or if you're tired, because it will be 10 times, it'll look 10 times worse on camera, okay? Only do it when you're really feeling energized, all right? All right, now, as far as your classes go and as far as Zen Studio goes, when you're doing the recordings, when you're doing your live classes on Zoom, I want you to just focus on these 3 things and nothing else, okay? Just these 3 things, all right? Ready? The first one is connecting with your students, okay? And I know this is awkward because they're not there. So you can't do the normal back and forth dancing with them, dancing next to them, connecting with them like that. But I want you to pretend that you can, okay? I want you to pretend that they're there in that room with you. I want you to talk to them. I want you to, I stop and go right up to my camera in the middle of a Zoom, and I look at the eye and look them right in the eye, and I smile at them and I applaud them and I give them virtual high fives, right? I want you to really, really connect with them, because I'm telling you, the only thing that matters in these classes is how you make your students feel, how they feel when it's all done. The rest of it doesn't matter. So really, really connect with them, talk to them, interact with them just like they were there with you, okay? And then just like your energy looks less on camera, so do your dance moves. So when you're doing your recordings, like for Zen Studio, and when you're doing your live classes on Zoom, you've got to really make your moves bigger than you ever did before. Because for some reason, even though the camera may add 10 pounds, it decreases our movements and we don't look like we're moving at all at the normal speed. So you've really got to accentuate your movements, really got to make everything bigger than you would in a live class, all right? Plus that just brings the energy up too for everybody when you do that. All right, and then so first thing's connection. The second thing is your dancing. Really make everything big moves, big gestures, big smiles, okay? And then the final thing of the three things that you need to focus on, this is it, this is the last one, is fun. Focus on the fun. Have fun. Make sure you're having fun, and then your students will have fun. Because remember, with these classes, we're bringing joy to people at a time. And I'm going to get emotional here. At a time when we need it the most. Okay, we're bringing fun to people, you know, for that 1 hour, whereas the rest of their day just might be shit, pardon my language. But there's a lot going on out there, and this is the one distraction we can bring to people that's going to make them feel good. Okay, so focus on the fun, all right? And then I just want to leave you with this, because this is with my business, when I'm doing lives for my business, when I'm doing video recordings for my business, and when I'm doing my classes, this is the one quote that I really try to focus on, okay? People will forget what you said, and people will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you make them feel. And that's by Maya Angelou, not by me. So I hope that's really helpful for you guys. Oh, I'm finally seeing people. I hope it's really helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. And you remember, you guys are bringing joy to people in a time where there's so much concern and stress and uncertainty. So I applaud you for that.